Hello everybody, it's Wendy and today we are here with a necklace from the December edition of the Bargain Bead Box. So mine finally came the other day. I know the mail has been crazy slow and some of you are still even waiting on yours, which is just unbelievable to me. But yeah, the mail has just been crazy slow. So I was so excited when I finally got it, and now I have a moment today. I'm going to sit down and try to make something. So yeah, I'm excited about that. If you don't know what Bargain Bead Box is, it is a monthly subscription service. You get 65 to 70, actually this month's says it's $72 worth of wonderful beading supplies, gemstones, bindings, charms. You'll see in the video everything that I got. Everything I'm using in this video, except for the one of the chains, is from the Bargain Bead Box. Everything else is from the Bargain Bead Box. So you get a lot of stuff. It's really awesome. You get that delivered straight to your door for $17.95 a month. And along with that, you get a coupon to use in their sister store, which is a closeout store, so they have great prices anyway, and you get 30% off all month long, over and over and over, as many times as you want to use it. So it's a great deal. It's my favorite subscription beading service out there. I think it is the best value for your money, and the quality of products are just amazing. So if you're interested in subscribing to the box, you can use this coupon code Wendy2. It will get you $2 off of your first subscription box. If you don't want to subscribe to the subscription box and you just want to shop in their store, you can still shop in their store even if you're not subscribed to the box. And if you use this Wendy2, it will give you $2 off of your purchase. Now, you can't use it for both, so you can only use it one time, and that's that. So anyway, if you're interested in subscribing to that, I will put a link in the description box below, but we're going to get right into this necklace. So I thought this was one of the prettiest boxes that they have ever done. And I'm going to say I have got ink on my hands. I can't get it off. I've tried. I've said it in the last 3 videos. It just won't come off. So please ignore the ink on my hands. I've been painting, and I can't paint with gloves because I can't feel anything through the gloves. So it's just not a good thing for me. But anyway, we're going to make a necklace. It's a snowflake necklace. It's going to be really wintry and pretty, and I'm going to show you everything you need for it. So the first thing you're going to need is some Coriana chain. I sell this on my website. I have it in all different colors. It's gunmetal. I've got gunmetal, bright silver, antique silver, gold, and rose gold. And it's awesome. It is beading chain. You can bead right on it, and it's just beautiful, I think. I really like to use it because it's elegant and very, very pretty, and everybody seems to like it. I'm going to trim that piece off because it's got a little snag on it. Okay, so you're going to need some Coriana chain. You're going to need a lobster clasp or a clasp of your choice. You can use a toggle if you want, whatever. You're going to need 2 crimp beads and 2 clamshell covers, and I sell the clamshell covers on my site as well to match the Coriana chain. You're going to need a bunch of jump rings in various, you can use whatever size you want. I use the smallest size that I can get to fit will fit what I'm doing. You're going to need the snowflakes out of the box. So I'm using 4 of the large snowflakes. They gave us 5. I'm using 4 of them and 4 of the small snowflakes. Actually, I may not use one of the large ones. I may only use 3, but we'll see. But definitely you're going to need the snowflakes. I'm using these beautiful sparkly blue half silver plated rondelles from the box this month. I'm using the little bead caps that they sent. And what is that? That is not a bead cap. What is that little thing? That was in my bead caps that they sent. I don't even know what that is. It's like a little arrow with a circle. Okay, let me move that out of the way. You're going to need the bead caps. And you're going to need these beautiful, I believe these were lapis or jasper. I got confused because they looked like lapis to me, but they weren't, I don't think. Yeah, these are 8mm frosted matte sesame jasper. So there they are. They're beautiful, but you're going to need those as well. And then you're going to need some head pins and eye pins possibly. I will be using a little piece of the Rolo chain that they sent in this month's box as an extender, but I'm not going to use the chain to bead on this time. Okay, so get your stuff together and your tools, of course, and come on back and we'll make this necklace. So here we go. The Coriana chain, I absolutely love this stuff. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a statement necklace with these dangling snowflakes. It's going to be very pretty, I'm hoping. So let me lay these out the way that I want them to go. And let me adjust the camera down just a bit because I know that I will be out of frame if I don't. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to put this big one here, and I'm actually, I think, going to do another big one hanging down from it. Maybe. I may do the small one hanging down from it. But I want to put these small ones in between, and I want these to kind of hang down a little. So I may end up using, I do have a smaller chain here. If you can see, this is just a chain from my own stash. And I may end up using this to make some of these hang a little lower than others. I'm not sure. We'll have to just get into it and see how it's going to work out. This one is looking really dark compared to all the other ones. Do I have another? Do I have another one of these snowflakes? Did they only send 1, 2, 3, 4? They sent 4, I guess. This one looks really dark. I wonder if I try to open my drawer, it's gonna move my tripod. I was trying to get to my jewelry cleaning cloth. I was gonna see if maybe this just needs touched up with a jewelry cleaning cloth. I don't know, but he does look really dark compared to these other ones. Guess I could flip them all over. Yeah, I don't know. We'll try it and see. I may have to clean him later with a jewelry cleaning cloth. But I don't see, for some reason I thought I had another one, but apparently I don't. Okay, all right, we'll go with it. Okay, so this is kind of how I want this to lay out. And I'm going to use these beads in between. So let's lay them out like we want them to go. So I know that I probably want to do this here. Okay. I don't know if I want it to hang down quite that far. Maybe not. I may use one of the smaller ones, but if I do that, I'm not going to have enough for the earrings. I'm hitting a, no, I don't like that anyway. Okay. Well, let's stick with this for now, and we'll see how it goes. Okay. So I'm just going to lay this out, kind of like I want it to go. We'll put him here. One of these. I want there to be a lot of sparkle in this. So I'm going to try to use the rondelles. A lot of the rondelles. And just do a pattern here with the rondelles and these jasper beads, which I still have a hard time believing are jasper. They look like lapis to me. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now, I know I want these to hang down a little further than these, at least these two right here. So I may actually do something like this in here. I kind of like that. Okay, so we'll have to see how it looks when I get to beading it to actually putting it together. Alright, so the first thing that I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make these links. So I'm going to use an eye pin. Okay, and for those of you that are new to beading, the reason I'm using an eye pin is because it has a hook on this end already, and I'm going to need a hook on this end. If I did not want to hook this to it, which I know I'm going to do, if I didn't want to do that, I would use a head pin, because a head pin is flat on the bottom. So if I was just hanging like this without the snowflake on the bottom, then I would use a head pin. But I'm going to need that extra hook, so I'm going to use an eye pin. So that's for the newbies. I know a lot of people, where's my bead caps? I know a lot of people just think that's self-explanatory, but when you're new to beading, at least when I was new to beading, I didn't know all that stuff. So I like to try and at least explain somewhat what I'm doing. I may not explain very well, but I do like to try. Alright, so here we have a link. And I would really kind of like to hang that snowflake down from the bottom, but I don't necessarily like the way it's looking. So let me look at this. Maybe I should do it this way. I kind of like that better. but I'm going to add a couple more bead caps in and make this a little more ornate. So I'm going to put a bead cap on the bottom of this rondelle right here. Okay, then I'm going to put a bead cap on the top, and then I'm going to flip a bead cap and do it like this. And as you can see, that puts those back to back, and it just kind of makes it really fancy looking. I'm going to do the same thing with this other one, and that just gives it a fancier looking link right down through there. I'm going to move him to the side because he is just really, I don't like the way he looks anyway. He's just really dark compared to the other ones. Okay, so now we're going to make a loop. I make my loops by hand. I know a lot of people use the one-step looper, and I don't have anything against it. Oh, I need a bead cap on top here. I don't need anything against it, but I just prefer to do them by hand, so that's what I'm going to do. And to do that, you bend this at a 90-degree angle, just like that. And then you're going to take your cutters, and I'm not going to do wrap loops, okay? I'm just doing a regular loop. So I'm going to take my cutter, I'm going to cut it about my finger's width here, just like this. And then I'm going to take my round nose pliers, and I'm going to roll this loop back, just like this. Okay, and there we have it. You can adjust it around if you want to. And so there's our loop. Now, he's going to hang right on there, and I think that he's going to be long enough. I think I'm going to like that. Now, let's go ahead and make a couple of the other dangles. Now, I know I need loops on both ends again, so we're going to do head or eye pins. I'm not going to make this as ornate. I'm just going to put on the rondelle and then the bead cap, the jasper bead, the bead cap facing down, and then one more rondelle. Okay, so just like that. Gonna go ahead and bend this at a 90-degree angle. And gonna cut this and roll the loop back. Same thing that we did on the other one. Okay, just like that. And that is going to hang there with my small snowflake on it. Just like that. Okay, same thing on the other side. Rondelle, bead cap, jasper bead. Is that the hole? It looks like it. Nope, it wasn't. Fooled me there. Okay, bead cap and this other rondelle. Just like that. '90-degree angle. Go ahead and trim it. And let's go ahead and roll the loop back. Just like that. Alright, so there we have our three main middle component pieces. And I am not sure, but I may want him to hang down a little further. And if I do, I'm probably just going to create another little link in there. Maybe. I don't know. Let's look back at this. Actually, there's no, I don't know what I was thinking. There's not a link on the bottom of that. I can't do that anyway. So if I want it to hang further, I may put another little link in here. We'll see. Okay, so now I'm going to start beading, okay? And I'm going to take a bead bug. Well, shoot, no I'm not, because they're in my drawer and I can't get to my drawer. Oh, wait, maybe I can reach one. There we go. I have a new tripod that stands on the floor, and I like it a lot better because it's out of my way, but I can't get in that drawer right there if I'm filming. So I'm going to put a bead bug on here. All right, now I'm just going to go ahead and start stringing this like I want it to go. Actually, I'm going to take this bead bug off and I'm going to string from both ends. I usually don't do that, but in this case I'm going to because I want to see how it looks as I'm going. And I'm going to cut this chain because it's way too long. Let me see how long I want to make this. This is not a necklace that you want to be really long. You're not going to want this to hang down. I mean, it's kind of like a collarbone type piece. So I am going to cut this. Let me measure about where I'm going to cut it, and I'll let you know here. Okay. Probably going to make it about 17 inches long. Yeah, I'm probably going to do about, I'll do 18 inch, well, no, I'm going to do 17. I'm going to do 17 inches on this, okay? You can always add an extender chain if you don't want it that long, but I don't want to have to work with that much cord on a chain. It's getting in my way, getting tangled up with things. Okay, so I've cut this at 17 inches, and it's fairly short, which is good because I want it that way. And then I'm going to probably put an extender on it, and that way somebody can wear it longer, but it's meant to be worn up around the collarbone, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hang this piece in the very middle because that's my focal for the very middle of the chain. Okay, now let me go ahead and scoot things out of the way because I've kind of got this laid out, kind of got in my head how I want it, so I don't really need all that there. Okay. All right, now I'm going to take a rondelle on both sides of the chain, just like this. I'm going to put a bead cap facing outward because I'm going to have it cup my jasper bead, not my rondelle. So let's do that. And then a bead cap facing in on the jasper bead. And another rondelle. Now I'm going to hang one of my other focals, just like this. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. We've already got our first rondelle. So let's do bead cap. Oops. I have the hardest time hanging on to these little tiny things. I can't feel in the tips of my fingers. I don't know if you guys know that or not. It's from an accident I had when I was younger, and I had a broken neck, and I can't feel anything in the tips of my fingers. That's my only, well, I have restless leg syndrome too from some nerve damage, but those are the only things that are reminders anymore of that accident. But yeah, it makes it hard to pick up tiny things sometimes because I can't feel this. I can just see what I'm doing. So anyway, there's that. Okay, so here we've got this. Now, I know that I'm going to put my big snowflake here, and I'm going to have small snowflakes right here, like this. And then I'm going to want another big snowflake on either side, I think, right in here. But what I don't want to do is make them dangle down so much. I want this to kind of be the focal piece right here in the middle. So just like that. So I just need to attach these with a jump ring, probably. So I'm going to go ahead and do a rondelle on either chain, either side of the chain. And then I kind of have to decide as I'm looking at this. So do I want these to hang right here? Or do I want to do another of this whole component and make them hang up here more? And I think I'm liking that better. I think the spaced out looks a little bit better. So I'm going to, and you can always, if you get into the middle of this and you don't like it, take it apart. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from taking it apart. So let's just try this and see how it looks. We'll do the bead caps with the jasper bead, another rondelle like this. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Bead caps with the jasper bead. And another rondelle. Okay. Now, here's what we've got. So I think I'm going to go ahead and hook these on just because it's going to help me to be able to visualize, you know, to see what I'm doing. And I am going to hook them on with jump rings because I find that things hooked on with jump rings in links like this or components like this hang a whole lot better than when you don't use a jump ring. They get bound up when you don't use a jump ring. So I've got small jump rings here. These are like 4 millimeters. For those of you that are new at beading, to open a jump ring, you find the little slice, which is right there, and then you're just going to twist like this. You don't want to pull it apart this way, because if you do, it messes it up. It takes away from its strength, number one, and it also makes it hard to close it back up correctly. So we're going to hook our little snowflake on. I'm going to go ahead and hook him on this link. And then you would just grab it the same way that you just opened it up and twist it back closed. And you'll be able to feel it kind of click in there. And then at the end, when I'm done with all of my designing and all of my work, I go back and I make sure that those jump rings that are all closed everywhere. Now, I am seeing that this snowflake has 2 sides, and I've actually hung it from the side that I probably don't want to hang it from. So I need to switch him. I've got there's a fill in here, and here there's a hole. Now, if I wanted to glue a crystal in there, I would hang it this way, but I don't think I'm going to get into that with this necklace, so let me flip him around. I didn't even notice that at first. So let me just flip him, open this back up, flip him. It's going to make me let go, isn't it? Okay, flip him over, close it back up. Alright, and that side is going to look better. There we go. So yeah, that does look better. We definitely, unless I'm gluing a crystal, and if you want to glue a crystal on, you could use that side and use the hole and do a little chaton, or you could actually do a flat back right there either way. But, whoops. We're going to put him on here. And just hang him right from the bottom of our link. Just like this. I like these little bent nose pliers because you can kind of get in there that way. Casey from Crystalline Design sent these to me in a swap that we did, and I love them. Alright, now, he is actually flipped from how I put him on, and the reason for that is it's the way that the loop is hanging, the loop on this. So what I need to do, actually, because I do want him to stay flipped correctly, is I'm just going to grab this on the, I'm going to grab both loops here on this connection, and I'm going to turn them just so that it makes him hang correctly. And it does, sort of. He's going to flip around a little bit. Now, when you have this on, it's going to lay because it's going to be against your skin. So it's going to lay like you need it to. But when it's held up in the air, it kind of swirls around a little. Alright, now let's look at this guy. Do I want to put another connection in here and make him longer, or do I just want to hang him right like that? I don't know. I think I'm just going to start out with hanging him right like that, and then we'll see if later on it looks like it could use another connection, then I can always add that in. So I'm going to do the same thing with him, just attach him with a jump ring. Just like that. Okay. So there's what we've got so far. Now, let's go ahead and figure this part out. Do I want to hang them down with chain? I don't think I do. I think I like them right where they are. So I'm just going to take a jump ring. Now I am going to use a slightly bigger one than the little 4 millimeter, if I can find one, that is. Do I only have 4 millimeters and big ones in here? Where's all my 6 millimeters? Hang on, I've got a whole container of jump rings up here that I dumped out. Well, I spilled them all actually one day. And yeah, so they all just kind of got dumped back in together. I did not bother to sit and separate them all, which I could have done, but I didn't. Alright, so here is a little larger jump ring. This is probably an 8mm actually. And I'm going to attach the snowflake with it. And I'm just going to put it right here, hang it right on the chain. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to do the other side. And I think these snowflakes here are double-sided, so it doesn't really matter, yeah, which way you hang them, which is nice. Okay. Alright. So there's what we've got so far. I'm liking this. This is cute. Okay, so now I'm going to do my rondelle, my bead cap, my jasper bead, my bead cap, and my rondelle link again, or pattern again. Scoot this down a little where we can see it. Okay, same thing on the other side. Rondelle, bead cap, jasper bead. And if you saw me put that one down and pick up another one, it's because he's just kind of really dark, and I wanted this one to kind of match the other side a little bit better. Sometimes with the gemstone beads, you just have to pick out what goes best together. And here we go. Alright, so now we're going to add this little guy on up here. And I think that I just want to hang him straight from the chain like we did on the other ones, and I am going to find another one of the little bit bigger jump rings. Here's two of them, and we're just going to hang him on. They don't need a whole lot of you know, I don't know, they don't seem to need a whole lot of embellishing. The rondelles are sparkly and pretty, and I think that the simplicity of it will be kind of nice. We're going to hang him over here, just like this. And I did hang that other one backwards, of course, so let me make sure I get this one right. I would have probably just should have pulled out some light sapphire crystals and embellished all these snowflakes. Alright, let's just flip him over. There we go. Okay. Now, so here's what we've got. And I like it. I think it's really pretty. Okay, so we're going to do another of our pattern up here. So we're going to do rondelle, bead cap, jasper bead, bead cap, and one more rondelle, just like that. Wow, this is turning out really cute. Okay, and then a rondelle over here, a bead cap, jasper bead, one more bead cap, and one last rondelle. And there is what we have with our little snowflake necklace. I like it. Oh my goodness, I do. I really do. Now I had debated in my thought just a minute ago adding another small link to dangle down from these, but really I think that this is enough. I don't think it really needs more there. So I'm going to go ahead and finish it off because I like the way it's turned out. So let's put this stuff away. I'll show you how to finish it. So we're going to use our clamshell covers and our crimp beads here. And we put our clamshell cover on, just right through the little hole there in the bottom. Then we're going to put our front bead on, and we're going to take our chain nose pliers, move him all the way up to the top, and just mash him down really good. Okay? Then we're going to pull our clam up and just test it and make sure it's nice and tight, and he is nice and tight. And then we're just going to close this up. And see, that creates a perfect little ending on this chain. Same thing on the other side. Clamshell, crimp, mash it down. Okay. And close it up. Alright, so that's what we've got so far. Now, I am going to add an extender. Let me hold this up to myself and just see. Yeah, it's pretty much perfect at this length for me. Now, I don't know about everybody else, but it works out good for me. So, I am going to take a larger, I like to use a larger ring for my lobster to clasp onto. So, I'm going to take that and put it up here. Camera quit filming. I don't know when, but I'm just making a dangle here. Just made a little dangle. That's it. And I'm just going to connect this onto the end of the extender chain just for a little embellishment. Alright, so there we have it. This turned out cute, I think. I really like it. Let me put it on a form and I'll show it to you. Okay, so excuse the messy background, but here it is on a form, and I think it lays beautifully. I really like it. If you wanted, you could make a couple dangles come down here, make these even longer, but I like it just like it is. I think it turned out really pretty. So that is my very first adventure into the December 2020 bargain bead box, and I am going to do a pair of earrings for it, but they'll be in another video. So keep watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!